All right, I'm getting ready to go back up on the roof. Jami is finishing the stencil work that we had going. Oh. And you can see we started here on our live video. If you caught that, you watched us get this going. Underneath this is Salvation Solution primer and stain blocker. And then we went with Snow White in Farmhouse Finishes. And then now we're stenciling.
This is Sweet Pickens lantern, but I should have used Farmhouse Finishes Pitch Black because I had to add bond to it. So if I was gonna redo it, I would just use Farmhouse Finishes and Pitch Black, but that's what I had. They're the same color, it's just Farmhouse Finishes doesn't chip.
Still a milk paint, it just has the bond built in. Oh, it looks great.
The details of what I've learned. One is just use the edge to line the stencil up, like push the stencil all the way up to the previous stencil and make your grout line the width of the edge of the stencil. Zeb did this weird like half the width thing and he was just eyeballing it and even he didn't get it perfect. And for me, I was definitely like way off. After I did 2, I realized there was no way I could do that. So because the lines weren't straight, I sanded it a little bit and I repainted the entire thing with primer and paint and I started from scratch. Zeb's definitely neater at stenciling, but
that's looking great though.
It's consistent in the inconsistency imperfections, but the lines are nice and straight. And even Zeb, don't you think that it's better that the lines are straight?
No, that's definitely a better method than mine was.
So all you do is you just line up this edge to the previous stencil edge, and if you do that over and over again, you will get perfect straight lines every time. The other trick that I learned was I'm using the big fat stencil for the almost everything but the edge. So I get most of it off, get it as dry as I can. And I'm also using painter's tape to hold down one side and I just hold down the other, that's helping. And then I just do the middle as close as I can to the edge without going over. And then this side, obviously I can go because I've got the tape. And when I go about as far as I can, then I just take the little stencil brush and just fill in along the edges. That way I'm not going over. And when I'm all done, I will take a very fine artist brush and kind of touch up some of the bleed through or any imperfections I have from the stencil. It won't be perfect, but it'll be a lot neater. And then I will distress it and it'll be just fine. If you're a perfectionist and you go slow, you probably won't have any bleed through at all, but I'm kind of breezing through this. I'm getting much faster. I'm also getting a little bit better with being okay with a few peekaboos or drips or whatever.
It's hard to tell, it's a very busy stencil.
Well, and honestly, if you go look at old buildings with hand-done stencils from back in the day, there's so many imperfections because they were hand-painted. So this is just, you know, mimicking processes 100 years ago before they had machines.
I like it.
I like it too.
All right, so this valley here is pretty well done. We're gonna do a no-cut California valley, and I'll show you what I'm doing here in a sec. I've got to add the ridge caps to this here, and then this side here on the front will all be done. Okay, you got it tight?
Yep.
All right, pull it and snap it from your end. Put it right back where you had it and snap it tight. All right, so here is that run, and here's the second course. Gotta stay 6 inches out of that valley, then you can come and put these on, and then I glue each edge up underneath there. So you can see here, this one's nailed down. And then I have that one that we did the chalk line on. You can kind of see a little bit of red right there at the edge. That one lays flat, runs that way. And then this one has not been nailed down yet. So, gonna get that line running. Did that end up working out perfect on that back?
Yes.
Excuse the compressor in the back, I need it to run.
Which, after having to start over on this, I'm glad that something turned out perfect.
Still gonna have to get like halvesies on this edge here. That's gonna be interesting.
Little pro tip, wash your stencil. I got to right here and I washed my stencil and I could not get it to line up. And it was because the stencil was so dirty, there was buildup on it from the paint. And you'll notice, look how small these circles are compared to those circles. Like this stencil is much bigger, so I'm having to like go over the top of my stencil and fill in each tile to make it a little bit thicker so it's the correct size. Kind of a tag team effort. We did the other side. Hopefully this side comes out just as good.
This is the true test of working with your spouse, right here, stencil.
Well, because somebody has to like, hold on, this needs to come over that way a little bit.
It's over.
Oh, okay. This one just must be a little bit offline. It's okay. Do you want me to get my side?
Yeah, go ahead and get that. Here, get this middle too. I think that's tape down there, maybe not though.
I'm not sure. We've got tape on here, so we're just look. Oh, that's gonna look weird going up the side, but can you?
We'll retape and paint.
I can tape and paint. That needs more paint on it. That's how I was handing it back to you.
I'm just gonna go.
Okay,
Going for it.
It's gonna be light, so you're gonna need more paint. Oh. Here we go.
Don't be excited.
Oh.
It's like I dropped something.
It's fine. Just walk away. Walk away.
Now we just have to do that all the way back in there.
We're gonna have to. Big ones.
All right, everything's done but the corner. We contemplated actually cutting the stencil, but I think we're just gonna try to bend it and maybe even crease it a little rather than completely cut it apart. Just keep stenciling. Just put some paint on it, quick. Just dab it.
Okay, there we go.
It is what it is.
Oh gosh, that is.
Hit it with some sandpaper quick before anyone sees it.
I'm gonna have to touch that up with an artist brush.
Just a little bit of touch up where the stencil just would not go into the corner good.
I will probably come back after I distress, and if there's anywhere that the distressing didn't solve the situation, then I can do it by hand. All right, so here's the moment of truth. I'm hoping we taped better than it looks because it's pretty bad.
What? We're gonna have beautiful crisp lines. I don't know what you're talking about.
Did I get all the tape off of that? I didn't even see.
Yep, you ripped it right around the edge. All right.
It looks pretty good.
No, I think it looks great. I would just distress it so it's not such a stark black on white, and then we'll go with it.
A lot of debate about do you distress, do you not distress? Because this is like a really old world fireplace. We have an old world mantle. We have chippy light fixtures up there. And so to have like a very pristine hearth would have been a lot of contrast. And I just want to look like it was painted a long time ago. So I'm just gonna sand it. And because I used milk paint, we get some really good crackle and a little bit of chipping here and there, not much. So it'll look good.
All right.
So the distress is not like crazy. I just kind of smoothed it out. And then I'm coming back if there's any areas where I don't really like the way it looks. Just distressing it. Strategic distressing, that's what I call it. Tile is done. We still need to seal it, but I'm coming around and fixing any areas that are splinter hazards. So this has like these pieces that just splinter up really easy. And then so I'm just floating some Bondo over it. I guess this is the point of where people that thought we might be possibly gonna stain it realize that it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I think so.
Like we're for serious painting the floors.
From what I've seen in comments, most people are worried that all the white is gonna look like a hospital, but we're gonna have rugs, there'll be a table and chairs in here. It's gonna have a bunch of color.
It's funny because when I was doing the house we live in now, everybody's like, you're gonna hate all that white, you're gonna hate having a white couch. It's still my favorite thing I've ever done.
Yeah, it looks good in there. It still has held up, and it's been what, almost 3 years in December?
Yeah, and we don't have a lot of natural light in our house we live in now, and the white just makes it so much brighter. And really, this house doesn't have a lot of light because of the eaves.
How long have you been rollering on there?
Oh, maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
I'm making up words, rollering.
Rollering? Well, if the floor was all the way finished, I could probably roll the entire floor in an hour and a half, maybe.
But we have to clean up over here, like that's kind of the end of the road for a minute.
So, yeah. I probably should have waited, but I just couldn't wait any longer.
She had to start rolling.
I had to see, like, what was it gonna look like? Now, you guys, this is primer. The actual paint color is not gonna be this bright.
It's very warm. It's a warm, almost cream color.
Yeah, the floors are actually gonna be warmer than the walls. And that was intentional.
You know what I didn't think about? You painted over there by the bathroom and I gotta go.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. The floors are looking amazing. The white is really hiding a ton of the imperfections. Once it's all primed, I'll probably go back. There's a few areas I'm like, oh, maybe I should have touched that up. And I'll just use some lightweight spackle, touch them up, prime those spots, and then we'll be ready for paint.
Yeah, we got the stencil hearth done. That looks awesome. That is taped off so it's not getting touched by primer or paint. And we have a few more shingles up on the roof. I got the whole cricket done on the one side today.
Your valley's awesome.
My valley does look awesome.
Make sure you guys are hitting up JamiRayVintage.com for the paint and stencils we used today, JamiRayVintageHome.com for the home decor and the clothing. Give us a thumbs up and subscribe to Jami Ray Vintage for more
DIY.